Let's jump in right now. Washington Mystics 94-84 winners over the Phoenix Mercury. The Mystics controlled this game from bell to bell, pillar to post, dominated from the first quarter on, up 9 going in after the first, up 18 at the half. The game got a little bit closer on the scoreboard in the fourth quarter and the final score, but this game was never in doubt. The Mystics led by 6 in the second quarter and blew the game right up after that one little run that the Phoenix Mercury made. It was a dominant performance by the Mystics, who just qualified for the playoffs, clinched a playoff berth with their win over Portland this past weekend. The Mystics improved to 23-15 on the season. They are now 10-8 on the road, so they have the ability to win on the road, win at home. They are one of those teams that, because of how they play, they're tough wherever they go, and just a hell of a performance. Welcome back, everyone, to Washington Mystics Unfiltered. Hit that like button, hype button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. Leave your comments. The Mystics are in the playoffs, and now the Mystics are fighting, fighting, fighting for seeding because they could be anywhere between the 4 and the 8. It just depends on what they do in these final 6 games after tonight. This was one of those games that could have been a trap game for them because Phoenix sucks. They suck. But at the same time, you're going cross country. It's a road game. You just got real happy. You got Sidney Johnson doing a happy dance in the locker room after the Portland game. It's still a young group of players who have the ability to really lay an egg that we've seen them lay eggs before, like against Connecticut and some other games where they've completely laid an egg. What was that the one goal? Was it Golden State where they scored like 49 points? Some crap like that. They've had a couple of real bad eggs this year, but they typically compete and they fight all the way through. So to come away with a win like this in a game that was really never close after midway through the second quarter, it's impressive. At least to me, it is. They shot 51% from the floor. They're 43% from three, 15 of 20 from the free throw line, and 35 rebounds. Did they out rebound Phoenix? I'm sure they did. Yeah, 35-26. They are the best rebounding team in the WNBA. You got 19 from Sonia Citrone, 18 from Kiki Irifin, 10 boards. Shakira had 16 points and 6 rebounds. She only played 24 minutes. Georgia Amore had 7. Onyewere had 10. Off the bench, Doran Betts had 10 points, 8 rebounds. Lainey Hamilton had 9. She was a spark plug early on for the Mystics in this game. She hit some shots that really got them going. First time I've seen her really do something of importance since she joined the roster. I still question why they jam her in there so quickly, but hey, it is what it is. Cody McMahon didn't play a whole lot tonight, only had 12 minutes. 2 shots. Not enough for my liking. 3 points. Harmon played a minute. Olsen, Little Page Bugs played a minute. Prosper played 3. Flores. The Mystics still have a point guard issue. I think we all know that by now. It isn't going to change. Sonia Citrone is playing point guard a lot. She had 9 assists today, only 2 turnovers, so that's a big-time game for her. And for the Phoenix side, Natasha Mack had a career-high 19 points. She had 8 rebounds, so whoever put that bet for the over-under at 8.5, well, you got your money. God bless, because it looks scary. Alyssa Thomas goes for 16 points, 10 assists, and 6 boards, 4 turnovers, 3 steals. You got 19 out of Ka Copper, 7 to 16. 10 from Kelsey Plum off the bench. Don't know why she's coming off the bench. I didn't hear it, so I don't know if y'all heard it. I have no idea why she's coming off the bench. I don't know. Honestly, don't really care. So what's next for the Washington Mystics? They play on Thursday again in Phoenix. So they get another one against Phoenix. Another potential trap game because it's hard to win back-to-back games on the road in the same team's building. And the LA Sparks are the day after. So they got a back-to-back Thursday, Friday, and then they go on break. And they come back, and they got 4 games left. 2 are versus Chicago, 1 versus Connecticut. That Indiana game on September 20th is huge. because this team realistically could be 6-0 besides that Indiana game. And it's in Indiana, Sunday, September 20th at 4 p.m. And I'll tell you what, that could be the difference between the if they go and win 29 games and go 29-15, shit. If they go 29-15, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Because real talk, like that could. The Aces have 5 games left. The Dream have 6. The Fever got 5. Liberty got 6. Mystics with 6, and the Wings with 5. If they were to win out and go 29-15, they could be a 3 seed. That would be the. Listen, all the Olivia Miles lovers, if the Mystics go 29-15, they need to look at giving that damn MVP to Shakira Austin. I'm serious. Yo, they need to look at giving that MVP to Shakira Austin. So for all them people saying, nobody picked the Lynx to go anywhere. They said they were an 8 seed. They weren't even a playoff team without Nafisa Collier. Give me a break. Nobody said that. I said maybe a 5 or a 6 or a 4. Because they still got players. They still got players. Nobody picked the Mystics to be a top 4 seed in the playoffs. Hell, I don't know that anybody picked the Mystics to be a playoff team. Most people didn't pick them to make the playoffs. So maybe as an 8 or a 7, not as a potential 3 or 4. If that was to happen, you might need to give the second best center in the WNBA some MVP votes. Shakira Austin. I'm just saying. I don't know what y'all think, but I'm just saying. But they have a good opportunity to jump into these standings because they have the head-to-head with Dallas, as we already know. Do they have it with Atlanta? They don't have it with Vegas. Atlanta, 1-1, 2-1. They have the head-to-head with Atlanta. They're 2-1 versus Atlanta this year. So they have the head-to-head there, and that's not going to change. So they would have that tiebreaker. Fever, that game in Indiana will determine the tiebreaker. And they have a shot, man. It's going to be interesting, man. I think the Mystics have the easiest schedule remaining. Atlanta, they got to play. Atlanta has to play Minnesota and New York twice in their final 6. And both of those games versus New York are on the road. They play Minnesota on Sunday. Who else? The Liberty got Vegas. Oh, no. They got Golden State on Thursday, Minnesota on September 18th, and then they have back-to-back with Atlanta. That's tough. 4 of their 6 games are tough. They're probably looking at 3-3 at best. Vegas has Toronto, Seattle twice, LA. So the easiest schedule is Vegas. Vegas has the easiest schedule. They got twice with Seattle, LA, Phoenix, and Toronto. Yeah, they should go 5-0. I'd be surprised if they don't go 5-0. If they're 5-0, they're 31-13 on the season. So they'll probably lock up the 3 seed. But I think it's realistic that the Mystics could have a shot to get that 4 seed with the schedule they got. And Indiana's schedule, they got Minnesota twice. Some people think those games won't be competitive because Minnesota might be sitting people out. I don't think so. There's too much pride in the WNBA for some of these people. Like they got Connecticut, Toronto, but then they got Washington and Minnesota twice. So it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be an interesting road after. But Dallas is way out. I don't. Dallas. Dallas ain't winning though. Dallas is falling apart. Dallas is. I mean, they've won 3 straight, but they're not. They got Connecticut, L.A., Phoenix, and Seattle, but I don't trust them. I don't trust them. They're inconsistent. Like we gotta remember that Dallas before their 3-game winning streaks had lost 5 of 6. So we'll see, man. We will see. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be exciting, and people should definitely check it out. The Mystics, once again, winners, 94-84. If you ask me who I think the best matchup is for the Mystics in round one, I think people would be very surprised with my thoughts on that. I think the best matchup for the Mystics is Golden State. Golden State's inability to score the basketball combined with Washington's ability to play slower ball as well. Now, people will come and tell me, oh, well, when they played against Golden State, they looked pretty terrible. Yeah, granted. They lost 62-49, but they also won at Golden State. They won 90-82 there after losing by 5. So I think they have a real good shot against Golden State to win that series and to make, or at least make it competitive. I don't like their matchup against Vegas. I don't like that matchup. I thought I did, but I don't like it anymore because of the way they played those last 2 games against Vegas. So I don't think that's a good matchup for them. Indiana's an interesting one. It would be very interesting to see that matchup. And because I think Shakira Austin will absolutely take Aaliyah Boston's cookies. Quite frankly. I think she will take her cookies. And it's going to come down to how Caitlin and Kelsey Mitchell perform. It will come down to how those two perform. Because we already saw how Sonia Citrone looked against Indiana once, and it could make for a very fun and interesting series. We'll see what happens, though. I think Shakira Austin will absolutely take Aaliyah Boston's cookies, and you will need Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark to just go off. You're gonna need them to go off because I don't trust Indiana defensively. They get scored on by everybody. And the front line of the Mystics is dominant. They're gonna out rebound Indiana without a doubt, and they're gonna plunk him in the paint. So you're gonna need a Caitlin Clark 35 and a Kelsey Mitchell 30, or a 35 and a 30 Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark with 30. You're gonna need 65 a game out of Caitlin and Kelsey Mitchell, in my opinion. But who knows? I don't think there's any chance of them playing Dallas or New York. But I think as a 7 seed against Valkyries, I think that's the best possible matchup for them. But hey, we'll see what happens, man. Anyhow, appreciate y'all. Hit that like button, hype button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. This is Washington Mystics Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.